Right down the side from Australia that time. Hubbard playing it into his own player and over the side. Rajinder goes back to Sharda. Rohit now deep in the defence. Vishnukant trying to close, but was closed down really quickly by the Australian midfield. Brooks, the sole Tasmanian in the side for Australia. Breaking forward now is Liam Hart. Hart has been amongst the goals, has 5 to his name. And the foul has gone the way of Australia against Bobby. The umpire, Salim Lucky, wanting it to go a little bit further back. Brooks over the ball, comes wide to Otterback. Otterback down the line and a heavy touch from Camp. Again, will have the ball out from their defensive line. Brought in from the flank. Good play coming from Amandeep. Rohit again. Comes square to Sharda. Thought about going short to Vishnukant, but he was closed down by Brooks. Throws it to the air again. That is actually a very good pass this time to pick out Amandeep Luck. Nathan Zinner carries it forward. He's looking to feed that one forward, but it's good work again by Hart in the forward line. In fact, my apologies, it wasn't Hart, it was Cooper Burns. Cooper Burns is currently sitting on 6 goals. Sharda for India is on 7, so they're in a match-up to see who gets the most goals, but I'm sure both of them wouldn't really care as long as they lift the Sultan of Johor Cup. Good ball forward again. Henderson feeds it infield to Burns. Burns gets the free hit, plays on quickly into the circle. Desperate from Brodie Foster. Tall man. Rohit to Shardar again. Amir, first time. Kept in play well by Johnson. Into the circle. That's good defence in the end from Australia. Beautiful pass out of defence as well, finding Cooper Burns, and now it's Brodie Foster. Foster into the circle, reverse stick, Mohit with a sharp save. And that all started from Hubbard in defence. David Hubbard with a super pass to find Cooper Burns, but Bobby now will collect for India, gets the chance to try and take on Otterback. Off his stick it goes, long corner to India. India attack at pace. Bobby again comes out of the circle, tries to play that into the turf it goes, and actually must have just touched the Australian player's stick. So it'll be a long corner to India again. Comes wide to Amir. Down the line, he plays the ball. Nice turn coming from Chermako. Just left the ball behind, so had to double back and get it. Chermako, into the circle it goes. Good defence again from Australia. Burns will collect this. A foot race for him. Burns and Sharda. Sharda holds him up. Burns has to go back to Brooks. Brooks cuts infield. Manages to find Jaden Atkinson. Doan. Comes wide now to Holland. Atkinson continues his run. Good run too. Into the circle he goes. Doubles back. Surrounded by Indian players. Rohit though commits the foul, and the first penalty corner goes the way. And they go to Brooks. Brooks flicks. Good work by the first runner. Play on is the call. The ball comes to Doan. And shot on the reverse stick comes from Holland, but took a deflection. Long corner to Australia. And they're calling for a ball, but ball boys again, unfortunately quite slow to get the ball out here. Brooks directly in front of goal, goes square. Played forward that time by McDonald. Into the circle go Australia. Great steal by Rohit. Angad Bir comes to him again. Hemmed in the corner. it's going to be Australia's free hit. Took it from the wrong place. Geddes was sneaking up on the outside. Well, the ball goes back to Otterbach, who put under immense pressure by Chimarko. Thrown forward, and India collect with ease and look to counter-attack quickly. That's a good ball forward. Chimarko looks to play it back to Angad Bir. Good steal coming out of defence. Really good work by Trent Sims, the man with Indian heritage. Cam Geddes now looking to feed it forward into the path of Henderson. Lambeth just overrunning that one. Amir has the ball. Approaching the halfway stage of the first quarter. No goals as yet. Plenty of action though. Great block as well. Michael Doan collects for Australia. Michael Doan, who's doing a double degree, Bachelor of Law and Behavioural Sciences. So I'm sure he'll be watching the body language of the opponents. Comes to Amir. Sharda. Amir again. Rajinder joins the fray. Rajinder again is a player that in a moment can turn a game. Holland, well, it was good pressure in the end, and Australia steal it. Good work being done that time by Jaden Atkinson. Jaden Atkinson, hailing from Cairns, said that his dad has been a huge influence and support to him. That's his dad, Alan. Also Matt Cook, who was a regional development officer for Queensland Hockey, who really helped him. Cairns, of course, out in the far north Queensland area. All managing to find Toby Mallon, the youngest player in the Australian team. And Lambeth just lets that one go. So too does Amardeep Lakra. It'll be a 16 for India. Vishnakant finds Rajinder. Will get the ball back. Amir mistrapped by him, but he recovered well. Lambeth gives chase as Amir advances towards the circle. Good work again in defence by Australia. And Trent Sims Rajinder steals it. India look to go on the attack. That again is a very good tackle coming in from Henderson. Wasn't Henderson, it was Zinner. Down the line it goes. Holland gives chase. Amardeep Lakra is going to let that one run over the side. Sharda has Vishnakant in space. Thought about going to Amir. Instead finds Rajinder. Rajinder turns. Two Australians chase him. He evades those challenges, deflected out of play. Over the baseline that time by McDonald. It'll be... Oh no, it was. I thought that was off the Australian stick, but must have been off the Indian stick. Sims. Mallon couldn't get that one under control. Vishnakant. Well, there were a lot of haze from both sides wanting a free hit. Sims is the one who will take it for Australia. 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. I think we'd had 4 goals by this time in the round-robin match. It's going to be another free hit to India. Come wide to the left-hand side to Amir. That's taken down by Bobby. Reverse stick, didn't quite get hold of it. Into the goal it goes, but the whistle creating. Can score and create. Such a dangerous player around the circle. Otterbach goes back. Uttam looks to put pressure on. Hubbard. That'll ricochet nicely for India. Collected by Amandeep. Amandeep to Cyril Lagun. Uttam trying to steal it back for India. Good defence though by Australia. Are we going to see someone steal the lead just before the first break? Rohit switches it out to the right-hand side. Gets the ball back. Amandeep. And the call was to feed it to Bobby. Bobby gets it now. And there was a push in the back, so it'll be a free hit India. Amir races forward, calling for the ball from the ball boy again. We got two balls on the pitch. One, they will just let it run. And Amir down the side plays it to Ankit Pal. Ankit Pal evades the challenge from Sims. Into the circle it goes and played over the baseline by Liam Henderson. Again it comes wide to Amir. Just lifted that one a little bit too high. And Amir saying it didn't go above the knee, but the umpire, Salim Lucky, just closes his ears to the protestations of the Indian player. Bit of lightning in the distance. The last thing we need now is a storm. Brooks, a little bit of space for him in the midfield. Looks to play it forward, but he's turned it over. That will now come to Puvana. Puvana gets the ball away to Uttam. Good recovery, though, by Campbell Geddes. Geddes slips. Did it touch his body? Over the side, he manages to play it. India ball with a minute 30 remain. I think, obviously, his eyes have lit up, and he thinks, you know what? I can take this. Just wonder if they're going to feed it to Lakrit, and mistrap by Uttam. Comes to Rajinder. Rajinder looks to fire it in. Another penalty corner, as unfortunately for Australia. Goes to the first battery. Shada! And that took, I thought, a deflection, but it was not a deflection. It was just the whip in the flick from Shada. And he runs all the way back to halfway, looking up to the night sky. Clearly feeling that that should have been closer than it was. Kept in play by Atkinson. Nice turn by Atkinson to take him away from Vishnukant. Finds Hubbard. Hubbard dinks it round the back. Did it cross the baseline? No, it didn't. Umpire was well placed to judge it too. Now Bobby receives it again for India. Throws it into space to his captain, Uttam. Probably needed a slightly better touch first up, but he's got Rajinder in support. Uttam is wide. Rajinder carries forward. Uttam will make the run to the baseline. He left the ball behind. But good communication between the Indian players. Hard to believe that these two teams have never played in a Sultan of Johor Cup final. Especially when you look at how close it is between the two of them over the years. Holland now will receive. He didn't manage to keep that in play. Well, if we go back to the Junior World Cup in 1982, when Australia won 3-2, they've played each other 15 times. Australia have won 7, India 6, and there have been 2 draws. And Australia have scored 38 goals, India 39. That is how close it is. And just a reminder, one of those draws is in this tournament. Played in from the side that time by Ankit Pal. Goes back to Amir. Amir throws it into the circle. Touch comes off over the baseline from Atkinson. Long corner, India. Amandeep will take it. Self passes, then goes back into the defensive line. Rohit to Shardar. Mistrap from him. And a miscommunication, but Amir recovered well and feeds it to Shardar on the flank. Otterback deflected that. It's kept in play by India. Sudeep Chamarko hit that one into the circle. And Shardar, the player, penalised and having an argument with the umpire. Needs to just be careful, because judging by previous games, Salim Lucky Doesn't really tolerate any back chat. Liam Hart and Amir coming into that space. So he leaves it now for Nathan Zinner. Back to Geddes. Mallon, the youngest player for Australia, just 17. Geddes carries it forward, but there was nobody in that channel. Chamarko collects it. And Gadbir puts pressure on Brooks. Brooks fights back. And Brooks is the player penalised. Sudeep Chamarko again gets on with things quickly for India. Now moves into the middle of the pitch. Makes Rohit scurry across to get the ball under control. But India, the movement they have. And there's a lesson for some of the other teams in this tournament. Just India, when their defensive line have the ball, there are options available. Rohit throws it wide. Down the line it goes. Trying to play that infield, but Australia have stolen it. Probably a little bit misdirected that time. Ball from the sideline. Nathan Zinner will get closed down. Gets it to Campbell Geddes though. Geddes faced with Angad Bir. Good turn from Lambeth. Lambeth beats Sharda, and they wanted the play to continue. And now Hart has been penalised for taking it too far forward. India get the players back behind the ball. Sims. Brooks now fires it to the top of the circle, deflected away. India will collect down by the corner and played into the shins of Geddes. Sharda again will probably throw this to the air. He does like that one. Here we go. And stepping in front that time was Atkinson, and he gets the decision from the umpire. The ball comes to Atkinson now, feeds it wide. Mallon, ball. Toby Mallon, who plays for Moorbank Liverpool in Sydney. Geddes. Mallon again. Just left the ball behind and it caught his foot, so India can breathe easy. Still clinging to that 1-0 lead at the moment. Sharda goes across the field of play, asking a fair bit there of Amandeep Lakra. Lakra in the end Brooks infield again to Atkinson. Atkinson now to Doan. Doan feeds it forward. Well, he was trying to feed it forward to Brodie Foster, but intercepted well by Amandeep Lakra. Lakra throws it long. Bobby is there. Having to make sure he got that ball was Trent Sims, and he did. Plays it forward. He's turned it over. Now there's a chance for Ankit Pal, who releases it quickly. Bobby slips the ball. Campbell Geddes brought down again, this time by Hundal. Puvana lost it for a Sharda, but the Australian forwards drifting across. Sharda throws it long, and that will be Geddes who brought it down. Good play though, just pulling away by Amandeep, so he didn't give away the free hit. Amir stole it back momentarily, but it's now back with Henderson. Henderson's pass finds Hart, and that's going to run away from Lambeth, but he's going to put pressure on Sharda. Rohit's support is good. Rajinder left the ball behind. Holland steals it for Australia now. Holland looks to feed it to Foster, but it was just brought down brilliantly by Amir. And trying to get out the way was Henderson. Again, played forward that time, and it was Amandeep, who comes from the Chandigarh Hockey Association. Sliding across, Sharda making sure the ball never found Lambeth. Lambeth told to just bring it outside the 23-metre line. Leaves it now for Trent Sims. And we are in the final 5 minutes. And I can smell the sartès cooking somewhere nearby. Malaysia, of course, famous for their satay. Connor Otterbeck. He thought about doubling back. Now he's had to commit and go forward. Finds Doan. Rajinda looks to close him down. Zinner, and that's Rick Battery. And it goes to Foster. He sweeps it low. It was a good flick low down to the left-hand side, but equally good defence from India. Zinner played on really quickly, but unfortunately Lambeth couldn't share that with me anyway. Amir still working his magic down the side. Has he found the foot? Yep. Gets a little bump as well from Liam Henderson. And that, I thought, caught the foot of Bobby. Yep. So Australia get possession back. Mallon does well under pressure, keeps possession for Australia. And then out of the way he's performing at the moment. He's on the ball again. Brooks, though, intercepts the pass forward from Rajinda. Burns tries to turn, but Rohit steals it away. It's back with Australia and Brooks. Doan now. And Australia just settling things a bit. Australian capital territory in this Burrows team, Australia's under-21 team. Good work again by Amir Ali, stepping out, how he's grown in stature during this tournament. Certainly came into it with a lot of people saying that he had plenty of talent, and we're just beginning to see that come to the fore. Brodie Foster now feeds it to Atkinson, wide on the left. India again drift across. Hart collects. Hart beats the first tackle of Amandeep Lakra. Gets a free hit. Atkinson takes it. Hart into the circle, but India will take it away. Hart chasing back. Good skills again. And driving forward from Sudeep Charmako. Such a skillful player. The man from Sandagar, who's Vishnukant, good skills by him. Missed it that time, and there it is. Being chased back. Good work being done again by Charmako. Rajinda loses out to Doan, but it still breaks for India. Uttam plays it wide onto the left-hand side. Into the circle almost, but cut out well by Nathan Zinner on the edge. Lambeth, well, he was asking a fair bit of Foster there. Zinner again. And Australia look to come forward through Hubbard. Hubbard feeds Holland. Holland faced with Sharda, goes back to Hubbard again. Mallon is inside, but plays the ball to Lambeth, who made a good run to the baseline. He turned. Sharda got there ahead of Holland. Holland appeals for, I'm not sure what, but it's with Amandeep Lakra in the corner. There's goals galore the other night between these two. A little bit more cautious today. Comes back to Amandeep Lakra. Holland looks to try and close him down. Ball aimed for Hundal. Hundal will get it, feeds it to Puvana. He just showed too much of the ball, and Nathan Zinner claims for Australia. Brooks should keep that in play and does. Turned it over in the final third. Cyril Lagun to Vishnukant. Vishnukant cuts inside Holland. Vishnukant turns away from Holland. Holland comes back at him. Vishnukant helps it forward. Good pass from Johnson into the circle. It goes, and a shot across the goal it went. Well, that was good again. It's a firework. Charmako just comes to life, and he just pops into the circle and explodes. And sometimes it's a beautiful sight to see. And the sky lights up when he scores. Gone past the halfway stage in this third quarter now. Still tied up at 1 apiece. Help down the line, and that was missed. Surely it went into the shins. It certainly looked as if it did. 1999. I don't believe he actually played for the Indian full national side. So I'm sure he's very pleased that his son is now fulfilling that dream. India, a little bit of space outside the circle. That's a really good block by Trent Sims. Certainly, Amandeep thought he got the ball into the circle. That's not such a good pass in from Brooks that time. And India get the chance to go on the attack again. Good tackle coming back. India. 2 Australian sticks. They actually clattered each other. It's Burns who takes it out. He feeds it across field now to Mallon. Mallon just dropping it back, but I don't think he saw that behind him was Chimarko. Chimarko will spark something again. Looks to feed it forward, and it'll come to Hundal. Hundal into the circle. Kept at bay briefly. Looks for a foot. It's going to come back to Angad Bir. Angad Bir goes to the sky. Attended the SD College. Sharda, infield to Rajinder. Vishnukant had to stretch for the pass, but he's got it, just sways past Brooks. Good pass into the circle. Onto the reverse. Good save, Snowden, that time to deny Chimarko. Brooks comes wide to Geddes. Geddes a little bit narrow. Doan can't keep it in play. Otterbach. It's collected again by India. Foster tries to close down Amir. India quite happy to go back to Sharda. Amandeep Lakra now. Sharda. Will the urge get him to go long again? Yep, he loves that overhead pass, but that's a good one. Ankit Pal brings it down. Sharda. Amandeep Lakra. Down the side go India, looking to turn again is Uttam. Good defensive play from Geddes that time. Uttam. Oh, he got it through the legs. Lovely bit of skill. And into the circle, but Bobby now looks to take on McDonald. Bobby, again, good play by him. Great retreating defence coming back from Lambeth. Bobby, of course, who was a replacement for Maninder Singh at the Junior World Cup. And incredibly, that was the first time his parents had ever seen him play hockey. Well, there's a lot of parents here watching their sons, and they should maybe remember that they're very fortunate. Some of the parents in India not quite as lucky. So Sharda over the ball for India. Comes wide to Amandeep Lakra. Short pass infield. Vishnukant, who when he's running is beautiful to watch. Otterbach, it's hit his foot. Amandeep Lakra, self passes, gets on with things quickly. And the Sultan, I can tell you, has just arrived in the royal box. And that is a special moment. He's a big football fan, and Johor are a dominant team in the Malaysian League. So to see him at the hockey is really special. I've been coming to this tournament for 5 years. And to have him here today is quiet. Burns for Australia, doubles back, tries to get through past Sharda, wins a free hit for Australia. Just being told to take the ball back. Played out wide to Geddes. That would deflect for a long corner to him down to the baseline. Mallon again. Weaves past 2. Stick goes flying. Gonna have to come back for the free hit. Still calling it back. Henderson is going forward when they want it to come back. Hubbard now. Hubbard, the man who was born in East London in South Africa, but now calls Australia home. Brooks, 5 goals to his name as well. Burns has stolen that from Rajinder, but it's Burns all on his own. Lovely touch from Sharda. That was a superbly timed tackle, otherwise he could have conceded a penalty corner. So Sharda doing really well. It's Australia again. Play to the top, really important touch again from Vishnukant. And here is Vishnukant bursting forward, feeding it out to Hundal. Hundal deflected from Rajinder and eventually off the Australian. Shardar once more. Amir looking to take on Hart. Amir beats him. Brooks, though, it found a foot. Amir plays on quickly. Feeds it to Rajinder, top of the circle. Rajinder tries to turn. Did it hit a foot? We're edging closer to a shootout. The short pass is a good one to Atkinson. He goes back again into the defensive line. Otterbach now feeds it to Brooks. Brooks will be closed down, but he gets over halfway, has to double back. Turns away again from Amandeep. Otterbach now is put under pressure by Sudeep Chamako. Atkinson pushes it forward. Hubbard looking for the lead from Holland. Holland draws the foul, so it'll be an Australia free hit. Just inside the 23, so must go the 5 metres. Australia play it back outside. Otterbach calling for it wide was McDonald. McDonald was closed down quickly by Uttam. Got it back to Otterbach though. And a surging run towards the circle, played in. Shardar, good defence by him. Needed to be again. He's really stepped up in this game defensively. Shardar. Uttam didn't get there first, McDonald did. Stolen though by India, and that caught the foot of Uttam. So Australia ball. Brooks takes it quickly, finds Holland. Holland forced away from goal. And the gives it away to Michael Doan. Brooks again collects. It's a heavy touch from him. Foster will get there. Foster beats 2. But Cyril Lagun just got out of the way. It was like a steam train coming at him. Ankit Pal now surges forward for India. Slips it infield. Puvana. Great tackle top of the circle from Michael Doan. And Puvana used his stick to shield the ball and stop Doan making a tackle. Umpire spotting that. Foster now gets the chance to burst through the middle. Feeds it out wide to Toby Mallon. Mallon into the circle. Looks to pull it back. Ran out. We're approaching the halfway point. Shardar. Doan runs back. Drops for Johnson-Purty. Oh, and it was a good pass into the circle, but not under control. Foster comes back. Foster draws the foul. Angad Bir will be kicking himself because it was almost the perfect pass to him. McDonald to Doan. Goes back to McDonald once more. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Played into the shins of Bobby. Thrown high, the defenders backed in. That's a penalty corner. Australia's last outing yesterday against South Africa. It comes to him now. Hit the first runner. And that's wide that time. Amir. Foster ahead of him. Foster got a touch. He fell over. Australia have stolen it back. Atkinson now was trying to feed it forward to Mallon, but well read by India. They've stolen it. Good work that time by Trent Sims. Can't keep it in play. And Amandeep gets on with things quickly. Feeds it to Vishnukant. Burns gets goal side, but Vishnukant spins away. Feeds it now to Amandeep. Amandeep to the baseline. Angad Bir. And he plays it on to the foot, and it's a penalty corner to India. Just there. Slight shift by Bobby. Amandeep Lakra withdraws. There's only Shardar now. Shardar flicks. Good work from the first run. I think it was Sims and also in combination with Jay McDonald. And a reward has been given to India. Australia complain. They switch. It goes to the second battery. Shardar hits the first runner again. And this time, though, it is a free out to Australia. So Vishnukant feeds it forward to Uttam. Into the circle. Oh, and Bobby. I thought that took a touch off Geddes' stick, but Salim Lucky said India pressing for a winner in normal time. Go back to Sharda. Amandeep Lakra. Sharda again. Rohit was just looking what options were down the line, and I have to say there weren't too many because Uttam Singh had just wandered towards the circle. Rohit. And now Uttam makes the run. Rajinder will keep it in play. Stolen though by Australia. Great tackle by Atkinson. Goes infield to Holland. Holland finds the foot. Good advantage played by the umpire. Holland feeds it forward, and a really good touch from